Oh my. Okay, so I just got done longboarding and was going down this super steep hill and didn't realize like that there was this drainage cover thing in the middle of the road. So I tried to swerve out of the way and just ate concrete. And so now like I got all cut up, and this one's the really bad one. I don't know if you can see that well, but oh my gosh. That stings so bad. Okay. Oh man, that looks so bad. After leaving Springfield, we made our way to Illinois, where we stayed at our squad mate Lauren's family's house for a few days of rest. Luckily for me, it was a chance to recover a bit from my crash. After a few days of R&R, my team made our way to our next destination. Y'all, what is up with this? Why does it seem that every place we go, there's always geese? Why are they following me? Yesterday, my team packed up and we left Illinois where we were, and now we're in Indianapolis, Indiana. My teammates Dawson and Lena got connected with one of their teammates from their race who actually lives here in Indianapolis, and once he finished his race, he became a youth minister, and so we're staying here at his church. I think it's gonna be a really good week as long as these geese don't attack me and I don't have another skateboard incident. No, stay over there. During our stay in Indiana, our host Ian had a lot of cool things scheduled for us to do and be involved in with his church. One of the members, Lynn, even invited us to come stay with her and her husband Ron. That way we wouldn't have to sleep in the church. I didn't film while I was there, but they were amazing hosts, and it was so great to get to know them and hear their stories. We also got to explore a bit in downtown Indianapolis, which I found to be a very unique place.
Where is it? It's terrifying, bro. You want to see? Yeah, put that camera right there.
Oh my gosh! Oh! Oh my gosh, this is... Oh! Oh! One of the cool things Ian set up for us to be a part of was a service project where we helped repair a damaged playground for a family that goes to Ian's church. Over the 2 days that we worked on this project, we were able to spend time getting to know the family a bit. It truly was a blessing to see how happy the kids were and get to love on this family. We were able to see Ian in action with his youth group, and so I decided to pick his brain a bit on his decision to invest in and disciple the youth.
My name is Ian Ray, and I am from Indiana. I was on X Squad for the World Race, and I launched, would have been 2017. The way it changed me just in like my relationship with the Lord, like intimacy just like grew so much. and just like understanding that I have to like always be pressing in. I very much was a verbal processor, and understanding that I can actually like process things with the Lord was just like huge for me. And the other thing is like the faith just like came alive. Like I remember I was reading through the book of Acts, and then like reading about these things that Paul is doing, and then all of a sudden I'm going out and seeing the same things. I'm just like seeing miracles and seeing people see for the first time. And so it's just like, wow, this is real, like this is legit. And I knew that before, but it's very different when you go out and you see it. And so it made me understand like the God that we serve is so powerful and so mighty that it changes everything. Now that I'm home, I'm a youth pastor. So I've been a youth pastor for a year, and it's a blast. I just get paid to point students to Jesus, which is awesome. Walking alongside students, I see them fall in love with Jesus. And now like I'm getting calls of like, hey, we're at Kroger, we just want to go around and pray for people. Like, how can we, like, what's the best tactic, you know? And so so I think the biggest thing is walking alongside them, and then all of a sudden they start doing it on their own, because like that's what discipleship is. And so yeah, I mean, I have students that just like love Jesus so much, and literally just all they want is to talk about Jesus in their schools or with their friends, or they're bringing their friends to youth group, or you know, just constantly hearing from the Lord, listening to the Holy Spirit. Or I remember I first got there, and someone was having back pain, so we just prayed for healing, and their back pain went away, and it was awesome. And then maybe a month later, someone had pain, and then all the students go, well, let's lay hands on them and pray. And so it's just like, they're doing it. I like preach this everywhere I go, is the disciples were actually between 15 and 20 years old. You know, we only know that one of the disciples was older than that, just based on the tax that he had to pay, when we see in Matthew. And so the fact, like, the whole church, the whole faith is built upon, you know, the disciples, and they changed the world, and yet they were teenagers. And so like my biggest encouragement to them is like I believe in them, God believes in them, he believed in the disciples. Like Jesus literally picked these fishermen and just like, come and follow me, and they dropped everything to do it. So like, what does it look like to actually just like follow Jesus with everything that we are? There's nothing stopping you. Like, you know, in 2 Timothy he talks about like, don't let them look down upon you because you're young. And like you hear that verse so often, but like it's true. Like Timothy was leading a church and he was like so young. So it's the same thing. Like, even though you're young, you can do it. You see like your senior pastors doing it, or your youth pastors, or whatever it is, like you can do those exact same things. In fact, you actually have more faith oftentimes. Like my students encourage me because the way that they step out, honestly, it inspires me. So that's like my biggest encouragement, of just like actually believe that you can do it, because God does, I do, so many other people around you do, and you just get to walk it out.